All right, we are back streaming. It is now not dropping any frames, so hopefully that will
Hopefully.
be a little nicer for you guys. So as I was saying, the guy, the other one of the ISPs around here is coming around saying we're going to install fiber up into your building, so the upstream will be more than 10 times faster once I get that. So I should be able to run streams a lot better. But for now, we will. Hopefully, people will find out or see if this is better. Did people have suggestions for which hero or heroes you want to
There's a
play?
bunch of suggestions up there. Absolute Zero is up there. People wanted Unity, but obviously
Yes,
can't do that now.
that'll be next week.
Yeah, and we got some foolish person in there is suggesting Setback, whose name will not be mentioned for the entirety of this Twitch stream if I have anything to do about
we
it.
can't say his name. That's
No,
the name that cannot be named.
it's the curse of death if we say that name.
Yes.
And yeah, and then there's a lot of people selecting, saying Dagion or Wraith and Fnatic. Fnatic seems to be a popular one because I've seen the name twice, so obviously
All right.
that makes it popular.
So Wraith and Fnatic, or
Yeah,
okay.
they sound good.
All right, and
I can deal with them.
let's see. I have a little document that shows which characters we've played the most. We've only played regular Tachyon once, so I'm going to play regular Tachyon. And let's see. How about regular Bunker as well? That's not a bad team.
Good old regular Bunker.
Regular Bunker. Do you want regular Wraith or Rook City? Oh, apparently I don't have it unlocked at the moment. Bad on me.
Well, that answers that question.
This is why, John,
Hello?
this is why I don't run the streams, because I'm not prepared.
No, you're super prepared because you're going to show... I'm going to show everybody how to unlock the Wraith, obviously. Yep, that was the plan all along.
All right, people are saying
the middle of the
it's
stream.
buffering, but at least it's better on my side, so it's the best I can do. So,
Wow.
all right, so here's our team. So, Richard, you're going to take Fnatic and the Wraith, and I'll take Tachyon and Bunker. And we will do what we do, which is to defeat Baron Blade. Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, so Silver Gulch, the environment we're playing, is pretty cool, as we'll see, because it's actually a time portal to the Old West where the heroes and villains got trapped in, and you end up in a shootout between the gunmen, the Hayes gang, and the sheriff. So the sheriff can come out and actually help you. So I find this
I hate that sheriff. I hate that sheriff.
I find the environment is really good if you can control it, which is really good if you have B-Bot being able to stop damage and stuff, but maybe next week. So here we go. Baron Blade, he's got his mobile defense platform, and he's starting out by beating down on us, which is what he wants to do. So we'll just go choose for me and take the damage. Sorry if people are getting buffering issues, but unfortunately, we can't control the internet. Did you play another Hasten Doom? This is Baron Blade at his worst, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
I'm hearing all the bubbly, toxic damage noises. I'm not sure if people in the stream are hearing them, but let me know if you can't hear them. I can see if I can bump that up. And another Hasten Doom. All right. That's okay.
I'm sorry, I think that was my fault. I had a curry for dinner, so it's obviously somehow carried over toxic damage. Horrible.
Richard is super loud. Is that
Am I?
something,
Awesome!
Is that something people say to you in general? All right, I'm going to turn down the thing that controls you maybe a little bit. And now you can talk some more, and we'll see if people say if you're still super loud.
Can you hear me now? Well, no. I'm still whispering. Hi, am I super loud? Is this awesome? I'm glad you like my accents.
Excellent. Okay, so what did he do? Okay, he played a Blade Battalion after hitting us for 6 damage, and then Blade Battalion hit us. So we are a little beat up to start, as happens in many Sentinels games. So let's take a look at what Fnatic has here. Couple Aegis of Resurrection, which can be handy. Sanctifying Strike, and a Zealous Offense, which is the favorite card of many. Do you want to take a look at the other guys before we get started, maybe? Oh,
We'll take a look and see what they've got going on here.
yeah, Tachyon's well set up with the Blinding Speed, Fleet of Foot, HUD Goggles, Sonic Vortex. She's ready to get started. For the Wraith, oh, look at that. We've basically got ongoing environments covered with Grappling Hook and Burst of Speed, or Blinding Speed, that is. Impromptu Invention, which was perhaps the best card ever until Guys came out, because he has literally the best card ever. Inventory Barrage and Throat Jab, also handy. And Bunker also can get started right away with Ammo Drop and get a Flat Cannon and Turret Mode. Actually, those 3 cards together, Bunker can get going. So this is pretty great. We're not getting...
Yep.
People aren't getting sound effects,
start.
but I'm not going to worry too much about that because I've had enough problems right now. So just imagine the sound effects. Actually, you could make sound effects if you want there, Richard, with your curry.
Huh. I don't know what kind of sound effects to make. You put all the pressure on me now.
All right, well, Baron Blade's done with his toxic damage for now, so let's just see what Fnatic can do.
All right, well, looking at the situation here, it looks like Baron Blade's got 5 cards in his trash, so he's off to a good start. So we need to throw down some damage as fast as we can. The only thing I've got in my hand that's damage related would be
Sanctifying Strike.
that one right there, Sanctifying Strike. There we go.
All right, let's go ahead and play that.
So
Want to get started on the MDP?
Yep, knock it down as quick as we can.
All right. We got another Sanctifying Strike. Oh, we can do that sound effect. I'll try cranking up the sound effects a little bit here and see if they come through. If you're wondering where's the music, we actually haven't finished the music for Silver Gulch, so that is not available yet. There might be a preliminary version at PAX, but that will depend on if Jean-Marc can burn the midnight oil tonight and get it done. And then we got Fnatic's base powers doing some more damage to the MDP.
Yep, dish it out, Fnatic. See what you can do to that flying platform stuff.
I'll mention to Silverleaf that I liked your accent. I don't know if I said it, though, but I'm saying it now. Oh, and End of Days, which is handy. I don't know if we want to think about using it or not.
Well, let's hope we don't need to use it.
Yeah, maybe if things get really horrible. All right, so Tachyon, let's go ahead and play Fleet of Foot. Everyone gets a new card.
Woo!
Apparently Twitch is having some issues with buffering, unfortunately, but we'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah, sorry, people.
Yeah.
It would have to happen on this evening.
Yes, I know, in this special occasion. All right, so Tachyon gets her HUD goggles out, so she is going fast. Unfortunately, well, let's see. I can click the lightning bolt in the app and see how many burst cards I have. I only have 1, so I could do that 3 damage, just the Fleet of Foot. I could do 3 damage to the MDP, which is a bit of a waste for the Sonic Vortex. I think I'm going to go ahead and use Research Grant and hope to use the Sonic Vortex next turn.
Not a bad play.
Research Grant's a great power for base Tachyon, so... Well, there we go. Another Fleet of Foot. And another Fleet of Foot. All right, I know what I'm doing next turn. I'm definitely not discarding Fleet of Foot. I think I'm actually going to discard Blinding Speed, even though I like it. We have a Grappling Hook, so anything terrible that comes out, we can deal with.
You've doomed us all now.
Probably. Tachyon is going to do crazy things next turn. That's my plan. All right, so the Wraith, you've got lots of options here.
Well, the best option is almost always impromptu invention.
Exactly. So,
Because then I can get whatever I need.
yep, so let's go ahead and play that. A nice infrared eyepiece for the jaw, and then you can basically choose anything because they're all in the deck. Is there something you are looking for in particular?
Let's get a utility belt at this point, since we've drawn the infrared eyepiece.
Right.
And we'll put that into play.
Sounds good.
And we could try and control some of Baron Blade. I'm planning for this fight for a long while.
So yes, utility belt will allow the Wraith to use 2 powers, which is very good. And we'll get infrared eyepiece into play.
Yep.
All right. So we want to use both of those powers. So we'll use infrared eyepiece. Oh, probably not. I mean, it's terrible to have a slash and burn, but it's probably worse for us at this point to have another MDP come out.
Yeah, slash and burn on the top.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage. But
we're heroes, we can weather it.
Yep. Okay, and then we can use stealth to reduce the next damage to the Wraith.
Yes, that's why the Wraith didn't mind putting that damaging card on top.
Yeah, that's true. Is she going to take one of them? It looks like she's the lowest, yeah, so we're tied for the lowest. Okay, and now we have Bunker. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get rid of that MDP, even if, well, yeah. Even if we try to with Bunker, he won't have enough.
Not right now, no.
Yeah, so I could use external combustion and try to, that'll reduce the amount of damage that the Blade Battalion does, or try to set up with ammo drop for next turn. Any thoughts?
I would probably go with the multi-target damage right now. Hit with external combustion.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
So
and then maybe ammo drop, we can get that Blade Battalion to drop next turn with it. Yeah,
Yep.
So external combustion does a lot of damage, but Bunker deals himself a bit, so let's go ahead and do that. Hits himself for 2, and it's going to hit the Meech for 3, so we'll just choose for me. Of course, Baron Blade is immune to damage because of the MDP. Okay, Bunker's base power is just draw a card. Go ahead and do that. And then we'll see what Silver Gulch has in store for us.
First card play of a new environment. How exciting.
Mm-hmm. You might notice that we've put a few little Easter eggs of things going on in the environment. Like the explosives wagon is right there on the screen. So we have Sustain the Portal. This card is all about the time portal. So I don't think we're too worried about having to keep the discard pile clear or full at this point.
Not right now.
Unless Tachyon wants to discard a card, which she sometimes does. But I think I just want to keep those fleets of foot. So, Fleet of feet? Fleets of feet. I will keep those, and we can skip that. And then everything is going to take 2 damage. Unfortunately, we won't get the MDP down to 0, so we're just going to choose for me. But the Blade Battalion's dead, so there's that.
Oh, that's a plus side.
All right, and that's the environment turn. No sound effects, unfortunately. That's too bad. All right, Slash and Burn, as we knew was coming. Right, so what are our hit points?
Fnatic always loves damage.
She does.
Oh.
Yeah, she does love to take damage. So let's give her that 4 damage.
Punching sound effect noises.
And Baron Blade discarded 2 cards, so he's up to 9.
Uh-oh.
All right, but the MDP is almost gone. So you actually have to do 2 damage to it, and your Sanctifying Strike would only do
Jeez.
1.
Yep, so that looks like my base power, so it would be a waste to use the Sanctifying Strike right now.
Yeah, unless you wanted the card and then 1 hit point, I guess. But, yeah, so it might be better to put something else out that's a little more powering up. We have Undaunted, which is damage prevention, or the Aegis of Resurrection as options.
And play End of Days for no reason. Who wouldn't love that?
Your other character would not love that. The Wraith who is getting starting set up.
I think go with Undaunted for the moment, just because it's there, and I don't really see the point in putting out the relics, which you might accidentally destroy.
All right, so let's go ahead. And I love the flavor text on this. I'm invincible. You're a lunatic. And then we'll...
Pretty much describes me.
Yep. We'll knock out that MDP. Here's a feature, actually, that we were going to point out last week, but we forgot, is you can see the next damage when there's multiple damage instances. So this UI isn't finalized, but this little arrow is showing that you're going to get the 1 melee damage, and then you're also going to get the 1 radiant, which is especially handy when there's like different, effects that affect different damage types.
Awesome.
All right, so now Baron Blade is vulnerable, and you can hurt yourself a lot more. Congratulations. With Sank.
That is what Fnatic needs.
Yep. Okay, so between Hypersonic Assault and Wraith has 2 throat jabs, we can pretty much keep Baron Blade from hitting us for a long time, if we can get him knocked down. So let us focus on damaging him the most. I'm going to play Fleet of Foot twice, and so everyone's going to get a couple cards. Oh, look. Lightning Reflexes.
You can play all of your cards.
Yeah. Combat Stance is great for the Wraith. More External Combustion. All right, let's go ahead and play the other Fleet of Foot. Oh, great. Pushing the limits for Tachyon. Oh, you have 2 impromptu inventions now for the race. You're going to be... You definitely do not want to play End of Days. Okay, and I can play 1 off the Fleet of Foot, and then I still have 1 more, so I'm just going to play Pushing the Limits. And I still get to play another 2 cards, I think.
Yep.
I don't need the Lightning Reflexes. So I'm gonna Hypersonic Assault, so he won't be able to do damage. Boom. And Sonic Vortex, we may as well get that 3 onto him.
Yeah, hit him as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and then we'll stop, unless we want to hit Fnatic. You don't have that card, though. If you did have Wrathful Retribution, we might hit you some more. And then we'll go ahead and use a Research Grant to draw 2 cards and discard 1.
Oh, I'm gonna use this time to request a feature or something.
Sure.
The number of times I have clicked on Tachyon's trash icon in order to find out how many burst cards are in the trash, even though I know that it's not there. It's ridiculous the number of times I've managed to do that.
Yeah, it's actually we're thinking we'd like to have actually a separate number right next to it for Tachyon. You can click in the lightning bolt icon if you have a card that cares about it in play. But right now it's sort of context sensitive to the cards that you're looking at or to the lightning bolt. But that is a good idea. We also plan to add a way to see how many are in your deck. So I think I like Quick Insight, especially when I can have so many card plays. So I'm gonna drop Nimble Strike, I think, at this point. And a Sucker Punch.
It's another birth card in your trash as well, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. And more things that don't do damage, but we'll see what we can do. We need to dig for a Lightspeed Barrage. Okay, the Wraith.
Well, the Wraith has 2 impromptu inventions. So. She's super prepared for this.
That's right. She's got like a... You know how I've been playing Assassin's Creed 4, and they've got all these pistols hanging off of them. She's the same, but with hair dryers. She's got a bracer of hair dryers to do whatever she needs to do. All right, is it going to be damage time?
Dry hair, I guess. We just drew a stun bolt there, didn't we?
That's right.
So let's dig out. Let's have a micro-targeting computer right now to boost any projectile damage.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Put that straight into play.
She has to hit these guys playing ping pong, right? I'll put that into play. And another impromptu invention, I'm sure.
Yep, that's true.
Oh, mega computer.
I don't think ping pong was around in the Silver Gulch era. So they're obviously villains come back. So yeah, we do need to smite them quick.
All right, so are you going to look at Razor Ordnance or something else?
Yeah, go for the high damage.
Yeah, if we need to knock him down,
with Razor Ordnance.
We need to knock him down. And then I suppose if we want to do more damage, we've got Throat Jab, or we've got Stun Bolt.
He's already hypersonic assaulted, so
yep.
Throat Jab won't get the second bit of the thing. So we'll throw out combat stance in case he hits us.
Okay. Well, he can't deal damage, but something else might, I suppose. The environment might do something. So. Okay. So what power would you like to use?
Well, we got 2 powers, so we can use both the infrared eyepiece to see what Baron Blade planning and try to mitigate those plans.
Okay. Oh, a devious disruption and a living force field. I
think we can put the force field into play because we have so much ongoing destruction within our team.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, with the cards we've got.
I think both Tachyon and the Wraith can deal with that. So, and devious disruption is a very horrible card.
It will do a lot of damage to us and will destroy all our stuff.
Yeah. Depending on how things go with his discard, you might have to use that inventory barrage before the end. And we'll Razor Ordnance.
Razor Ordnance, yep. Now that we know what he's planning, we can't have that, so we'll throw sharp things at his face instead.
That's 5 damage. That's pretty nice. 2 inventory barrages. It's not really useful to have 2, but you know. Okay, and so at this point, Bunker is external combustion is probably good play because there's only one target. So I think we'll just keep the damage train going on and use a flak cannon on him. We have to get him knocked down. We have to get him flipped. Otherwise, he's going to win if he gets 15 cards in the trash at the start of his turn. So.
And he's 2/3 of the way there with 10 cards in the trash. So
yeah, and he's going to put. Actually, he's going to play one that's going to stay out, but he's going to be at 12, right? Because we know he's going to play Living Force Field. But as soon as we destroy it, that's 13. So maybe we don't want to destroy it. We'll have to think about that. Another Sustain the Portal came out. So actually, Tachyon might want to discard the Sucker Punch. I'm not going to need that. I'll just go ahead and discard that.
You'll rue the day later.
Maybe.
When you to do those extra 2 points.
But I might wish that I had it in the trash. I guess she could put it in the trash on her own turn. And then that's going to deal 2 damage to everything. The Wraith would kick back with her combat stance, but it's not a target, unfortunately.
So hyper-trained, I punch the air or something.
Surprise! So Baron Blade
Who would have seen that?
On advanced, dropping more cards into the trash. He's much better at building his machine on advanced. Okay, so we need to get 26... Okay, so here's what can happen. If we get rid of this Living Force Field, he'll be at 13. He'll definitely put 2 in next turn. So we could have this round and one more round to drop him down. I think we can probably do that. Or we might get one more round if we leave Living Force Field up.
Well, Fnatic can't do any damage with her cards right there
Oh,
because
she could
Living
actually.
Force Field reduces it by one. Ah,
She could use this.
Sacrosanct Martyr.
Yeah.
Yes.
Though this is going to. She can only do 4
Hurt.
because of Undaunted.
Which is only going to be 3 going out there. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Because of the force field. So, it might be better, as Skyrider 19 suggests, Divine Focus might be a good play out there. Because I've got plenty of cards there that I'm
Actually, yeah,
to discard.
That's a great. Yeah, it's actually with the Fleet of Foot. So many cards have been drawn that it's hard to remember how many cards. Well, what cards you have by the time your turn comes around. So this is actually a great idea. So we're gonna go with that.
Yep.
Cool.
Put out the Divine Focus, and we'll.
So this allows every turn Fnatic to do damage to the villain. So that power is not going to do anything with the reduction, so we may as well skip that. And we get Divine Sacrifice. Irreducible damage.
Which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah. All right. And do I need pushing the limits at this point? I can play all my cards, but I might draw more that I want to play, I guess. So, and I want to draw more cards, so I'm just going to say yes. You only live once, Tachyon. All right. Do you want to discard a card for 1 damage, or do you want to save them to do 2?
Are you going to be using your...
well, I think now that you've got
instead?
Divine Focus up, I definitely want to use Blinding Speed to get rid of that.
Then I'll wait a turn.
Okay. If we miss it by 1 damage, then we'll know what happened.
And we'll blame it on your throwing away of Sucker Punch.
No. Oh, that's true. Yeah. We'll see. Let's go ahead and do Quick Insight to get some more options. There, I got another Sucker Punch. See, which I'm probably also going to throw away. Okay, no, I want Lightspeed Barrage. Let's go. Nimble Strike. Well, that might get me a Lightspeed Barrage. So I'm going to discard this Sucker Punch, I think. And that Hard Goggles.
Shaking my head sadly over here.
And let's go. Oh, Silverleaf wanted Zealous Offense. I don't feel like that was a wise choice. Fantaskippy is probably also calling for Zealous Offense. I have 2 more card plays. I'm going to go ahead with Nimble Strike and see what I draw. Oh, but I can't. I don't do any damage, but it's a burst card in the trash, but I want that draw. So. I guess I could have hit. I couldn't have hit Fnatic because she has. Oh look, Lightspeed Barrage. That's what we wanted.
Awesome.
So I only have 1 card play, but I do have Lightning Reflexes. I think it's worth use. Well,
yeah.
I think we do have 1 more round for sure, right? So we don't have to use Lightspeed Barrage right now. I can use it next turn.
Yeah, there's nothing in the environment which would play a villain card, so we have at least 1 round.
Yeah, and there's nothing that says heroes can't play cards. I don't. So I'm going to get rid of
the
that.
advantages of having the Rise decks.
Yeah. Okay, and so now there's 10 burst cards in the trash, and let's go ahead and do a research grant. And I think I'll keep Blinding Speed around just in case he comes out with another thing. He's not going to be dealing damage, I don't think, so I'm just going to get rid of the Synaptic Interruption.
Fuel for the Lightspeed Barrage you've got in your hand.
Exactly. More burst cards.
Yep.
All right. You would like to discard a card, I'm sure.
I would like to discard a card. We will discard... Everyone is always clamouring for Zealous Offense, so that will be the first one to be discarded, because everybody likes to see that.
Done. Watch that be the thing that turns out to get us. Okay, so... Wraith has 9 cards in hand, thereabouts. What are you thinking? We could do a Throat Jab or a Stun Bolt.
Yeah, I was going to say, go for the Throat Jab. Seems, Yeah, go for the throat jab. I mean, that's another 2 points of damage hitting him, and he won't be able to injure us.
Yeah, and we're
So,
still going to want the inferred eyepiece probably to avoid an MDP, right? So,
yep, we need to keep that in mind for this side. It would be horrible for it to come out next round and
yeah, and bury us.
us to try to deal with all of that. Yep.
Okay, so a Blade Battalion, Living Force Field. I'm thinking probably Blade Battalion, so Fnatic can do some damage.
Yep. Otherwise, we can't lose all the damage.
Yeah.
And it's only a bunch of mooks. We're heroes.
Exactly.
We can deal with them, I'm sure.
And Wraith, continuing to, I'm sure, use Razor Ordnance. All right, it's going to be close. Though with, we have at least 10 or 11 damage from Tachyon, so it might not be too bad. Let's see if we can get him down before Tachyon gets to go. What's your next discard?
Well, we'll discard Divine Sacrificing, as we know there's nothing irreducible out there. No need for irreducible damage right now.
Okay. Another 2 Radiant.
That's another 2 points going at him.
I love that about Divine Focus is it's a basically 10 damage card, and if you have any bonuses, it's even better. Okay, yeah. So for Bunker, we could put out. I could do an adhesive foam grenade to prevent the environment from doing something terrible. Though it could do something to help us also. So it's hard to say. Like, an explosive bike can come out and help us do more damage to Baron Blade. But I think overall, I think we have a plan to get Baron Blade to flip, and I don't want it to get screwed up. So this is one of the things that the much maligned Bunker can really help you out with, is making sure your plan works. By saying, you environment, you can't do anything.
I've never had a plan before. This is giddy excitement.
Foam Grenade was also recommended in the chat, so.
Yay, chat.
Hooray for chat. The chat is the source of all wisdom. Okay, would you like to discard another card?
One guy.
That one person who shall not be named.
Yeah. Well, I don't need 2 sets of armor. They don't look quite so good, so we'll discard a...
Double up. It's cold out there. All right, so Silver Gulch doesn't get to play, and Baron Blades plays surprise, surprise. Oh wait, first you get to discard a card. Maybe End of Days. It doesn't seem like we're going to be needing that, unless you want to keep it in your back pocket.
Not even for his other side, I don't think. No, End of Days will be a healthy discard.
Okay.
Or 2 damage.
Man, with that fleet of foot, you have so many cards to burn on that. It's great.
It's one of the reasons I love Tachyon so much. Mm-hmm. He boosts the team by giving them all fresh cards as well as herself.
Okay, so... oh, good. There was a bug last week, and we fixed it. Where
yes, that was my whole reason for playing this, so that you could check to see if the bug worked live on the stream.
That's right. So now you get to first discard a card if you want. Would you like to do that, or I don't? I'm thinking. I don't know if Fnatic will be able to take him down.
8.
Actually, we don't. I think we can. Then we can save the Lightspeed Barrage, and Wraith can take him down, and we can use the Lightspeed Barrage next turn.
Yeah. So let us discard Sanctifying Strike.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
And would you like
to...
But
not take the damage for the Divine Focus.
Okay.
We'll get rid of it now.
It did its job quite well.
Yeah. Took him down as quickly as possible.
Okay, so he's down to 6. You have 3 options here. Armor, or some damage and healing, or hurting yourself.
Well, I'm going to use the He Who Shall Not Be Named school of playing and put out Damaging Self.
Yeah? All right.
Yep. Avenging
I think
self
I
as
would have
well.
gone for a Holy Nova, but I'm a little more. I like healing a little more. And so we only need him to be at um, 5
Well,
for.
I can only hit myself. I can only hit myself for 4
That's right. Yeah. So
because of Undaunted out there. So.
yeah. The thing is, we only need him to be down if we want Wraith to hit him. I guess actually Tachyon can hit him for 2 here as well.
If I used 4 points on myself, then he would be at 2,
That's right.
and you could have used Sucker Punch. But no, you willingly discarded them all.
That
Oh,
fair enough.
plans.
Fair enough. Would you like to do that?
Yeah. Hit myself for 4 damage. Do as much damage to the heroes as humanly possible.
All right.
Or inhumanly
You just
possible.
made Fnatic angry. See how she became angry? She's angry at you. And Baron Blade, not the battalion, I assume.
The Baron Blade takes the damage, yeah.
All right. So another zealous offense that you can discard later. All right, Tachyon, I don't think needs this pushing the limits right now. She has lots of cards, and she has lightning reflexes, so that can go away. Still get to play 2 cards. So yeah, I think I will just do a supersonic response and get Baron Blade flipped over.
Nice.
Not a sucker punch, sadly, but... And there he's back to 30. Discards all of his cards. So he did have 15 in the trash, but we got to him before he could defeat us. 12 burst cards in the trash. We can go higher. I think I will put out a Synaptic Interruption, and we'll save that Lightspeed Barrage for next turn, perhaps.
It might all be over next turn. If you can get enough in there.
That's possible, but it could be over before then, potentially, if somehow Fnatic gets Wrathful Retribution. Okay, so Baron Blade can now deal damage again, unless you wish to throat jab him again.
Well, he's left his vulnerable throat exposed, thanks to his
right through that little
design
hole.
flaw in his armor. Yeah.
All right. He does have damage reduction now, because we're unadvanced. But it still gets through, and he cannot deal damage.
Yeah.
Oh, the chat says, don't forget to unlock the Wraith variant. Which we could do on stream.
If I can get another one, I will put it into play and do it for you.
All right. Would you like to use that power?
Yeah, I've got 2 powers, so yep, let's see what he's planning in his devious little mind.
Slash and burn and living force field. Well, he can't do damage, so we may as well let him continue.
Slash and burn on the top. Yep.
Yeah.
And 2 points of damage reduction would hinder us quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. So we could get rid of it with blinding speed. And this grappling hook, which is just sitting around since the start of the game. Would you like to do some damage?
I would love to deal some damage. That would be so much fun.
All right, that micro-targeting computer is paying off big time. So far, this game is well in hand. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything, now that you have said it.
All right, Bunker is doing a workman-like job this game. Let's see. I feel like he can get out some... Well, I could do external combustion and hit the Blade Battalion. But I feel like I want to get... Now that I have maintenance unit, I can start getting set up for a really good turret mode time. So I'm going to put out heavy plating to get started going for that. I don't think we're going to need that, but you never know. And I'm going to hit this Blade Battalion because he's going to do 5 damage on his turn. And we're actually getting a little low. And the environment gets to go. Oh, here's the sheriff.
Let's see how it's going to pass it off.
The sheriff.
Yay!
So he killed the Blade Battalion for us. That's nice.
Well done, Sheriff.
Well done. But he's actually going to come after us next, right? Unless we get...
Nope, he just goes after villains.
Only villains?
And gun.
Oh, right.
Yep. If you programmed it correctly, that is. We'll find out in just a minute, folks. Don't worry.
Yeah, villain or gunman. I'm sure it's correct. But who knows? We could have issues. So yeah, Baron Blade didn't really get to do too much because he tried to deal his damage. That's all he does. And he's been throat jabbed. So what's next, Fnatic? You want to put Zealous offense and prevent Sheriff Pratt from dealing damage?
That would be good, wouldn't it? Oh, well, I can't do any damage with Holy Nova. I would only damage the Sheriff, which is
right.
Very good for us.
So
let's don our armor at this stage and put on
the Holy Armor.
The Holy Armor.
Excellent. Would you like to use Sacrosanct Martyr?
Indeed. We'll hit ourselves for 4 points of damage because otherwise we'll be reduced. And then only deal 3 out to Baron Blade, unfortunately. What with him wearing armor as well.
And with the Aegis of Resurrection, we're happily playing with Fnatic reaching 0 hit points because she'll just come back. Alright, Tachyon. We've got that Sucker Punch waiting. You should save it for the end. We've got 13 burst cards. I feel like we could save up for more. We can play that Synaptic Interruption. No one's been trying to damage us yet. So yeah, I guess it's either use that Lightspeed Barrage or I feel like if I don't use Lightspeed Barrage, the game's going to end before I get to use it. So I'm going to play it. It could be worth more damage, but 12 is pretty solid. And the Wraith might be able to take him out now.
So you can target yourself with Lightspeed Barrage and then redirect it with Synaptic Interruption. The damage would increase because there's now 13 cards in the trash rather than 12?
Possibly. Let's try it. Let's go use the undo feature.
I have never tried that. But hey.
I'm going to choose Tachyon. It might not recompute it. I don't think... it might not recompute it at that time. And actually, yeah, I think actually with the wording on this, the destruction of this card happens afterward.
Afterwards.
So we may as well just do what we did before. Play that, and hit Baron Blade for 12. Good idea, though. Actually, some things that aren't obvious on the tabletop show up in the game here, like when you're playing Fleet of Foot. If the second card you play with Fleet of Foot, excuse me, is something like Lightspeed Barrage, you don't get that Fleet of Foot counting because it's not actually in the trash yet.
It's still out on the table.
Yeah, but often on the tabletop, you just, you play one shot and you put it in the trash, but that's not actually what's supposed to happen. It has to first fully evaluate. Okay, so we're getting more cards. Oh, no, good. Another Hypersonic Assault. Not that we'll probably need it. I like Lightning Reflexes, but I always seem to have it, like, a whole bunch of those in my hand and not other things that I want to play.
Yep, and it's not even a burst card, so it's not even useful, I'm afraid.
So, what to discard now? Lightning Reflexes.
Keeping hold of that Sucker Punch, just in case.
I'm keeping hold of that Sucker Punch just for you, Richard. All right, I think you could finish it with the Inventory Barrage. Maybe. Oh, actually, not quite.
No.
You do 8 damage because it does 2 times the number of equipment cards, and you have 4.
Only 4 in play.
So you do 7 damage. So you can leave it to bunker, probably.
Leave it to bunker. Is that a sitcom in the Sentinels
It
universe?
should be. Starring Archie Bunker.
Go on, let's throw everything at him, including the kitchen, the sink. Inventory barrage!
All right, yeah. If Wraith inventory barrages, then Bunker will likely be able to kill him. So we can choose the order here in case we care about what order things go in the trash. Not
I
important.
don't think it matters for...
Yeah, not for these decks, but it will be important in future expansions. And
You heard it here first, folks. Sneak peek at what's coming up.
yep, crazy things are coming, as you may know. So Baron Blade is down to 3, almost enough for a sucker punch. And the only power we get is her base power now.
Well, she's going to go and hide in the shadows now. She's done everything.
Oh, actually, even if Bunker doesn't do much, Sheriff Pratt will kill Baron Blade. He's going to do 3...
Unless a gunman comes out of the deck.
Right, or another... Yeah, that's true, unless a gunman comes out. Oh, if we had adhesive foam grenade, we could make sure. But we don't. But as Bunker, I can finish this off because I have turret mode, which gives me +1 damage. It does prevent me from playing cards and drawing cards, but that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and use Flat Cannon.
For the overkill.
Yeah, well, he has -1.
For the exact amount.
Exact
actually.
amount.
So, yep.
Yeah, so sorry, Sheriff Pratt. Bunker is stealing your kill. Oh, the chat wants me to let the sheriff kill him. Too bad.
Yep. If Bunga doesn't make the kill, how else is he going to show off he's a useful hero to the other members of Freedom 5? Eh?
Exactly. There we go. A convincing victory against Advanced Baron Blade. Though I would say, if we hadn't gotten things in order, it can be tricky with his discarding. So.
Yeah, certainly he's more. I would say he's more dangerous on his front side with his discarding and having to get to 15 cards than he is on his.
Well, especially
he's more dangerous on his front than he is on his back side.
Hello. Well, yeah, and especially leading off with all those one shots made it a little trickier too. All right, so that was a good, successful game. So we can share a screenshot on Steam because we're cool like that. And yeah, so here's Silver Gulch. You guys got your first peek at it. We actually didn't see any gunmen, unfortunately. Actually, I can go into the multiverse, which is a little under construction at the moment, but it should work. Look at that. FPO, FPO, FPO. But we can see all the cards of the environment are in the deck here. Including you can get lost in the past, stuck in the environment, and actually lose the game, similar to Mars Base. So,
will that have its own individual end game screen, like self-destruct sequence, or is that something that you want to?
I think
not reveal.
Well, yeah. I think you'll have to try for yourself. I'll tell you, I've been testing and trying to get it to happen, and it's really hard to actually get lost in the past. The way this card works is basically you have to let the environment build up and have nothing go into the trash. So if this doesn't come out early, it's almost impossible to lose this way. Actually, I think a good way to do it would be to have Haka eat up these targets with Savage Mana so that they don't go to the trash. Something to try. But... yeah, unfortunately, all these cards keep coming out to help you keep the portal open and not lose. When I'm trying to lose for testing.
What a badly designed game, I'm afraid.
And I mean, to be fair, self-destruct sequence is also, it's fairly easy to prevent it from happening, but it's also fairly costly to do so. You can make the self-destruct system.
Skip turns.
Yeah, and you can make the self-destruct happen by destroying the environment cards underneath it, which is a good way to accidentally lose the game. All right, so yeah, so we've got Silver Gulch here. We've also got Ambuscade coming up in the first mini pack. You can see here with his custom hand cannon and all of his deck. And Unity is also on the way. So if you can probably figure out, we have one more deck that we're going to show on the stream, and that's going to be next week. So you'll have to put 2 and 2 together and see which deck it's going to be next week.
It's Guys, right? Guys.
Well, I mean, Guys is right here on the screen, right? He's everywhere.
He is everyone.
Yeah. So we're really excited about getting the expansion packs together with Mini Pack 1 and the Season Pass, which will have all the regular expansion packs and the mini packs together. Check out our blog for details on that. And we're at PAX this weekend, so you can come and play actually as Unity, play Ambuscade, play in Silver Gulch at PAX South this weekend. Just find the Greater Than Games booth. I don't know what else I can say. Thanks a lot, Richard, for playing. It was a good time.
Hey, thanks for letting me be here.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Cool. So, next week, Jeremy and I will be back most likely for our usual time. And keep an eye out for your chance to be a special guest. Those of you in the chat, or maybe in the forums, maybe on Twitter or Google+, you never know where we'll be recruiting from. So follow us on social media and you'll get a chance to sucker punch Baron Blade, perhaps. Or at least throw all of your things at him. There should be some sort of achievement for throwing 3 mega computers with inventory barrage. I'll have to put that in the future. Just, throwing room-sized computers out of your utility belt seems somehow satisfying. Okay.
Where else are you going to keep them?
Yeah, exactly. So RaptorBot gets his own deck. Yeah, so I guess we'll wrap it up. Thanks again, Richard, and we'll see you guys next week.
We managed to get through a whole segment without saying Ronway's name.
Oh, damn it, Ronway!